What is up, my people? Welcome to another one. Today, I want to talk a little bit about Highlander, because I heard some news about the Highlander. It's one of my favorite movies, at least the first one. I think the source was pretty good too. It wasn't as good as the first one, but it's one of these classics that I rewatch all the time. And I heard that they're gonna try to remake it, right? And the actor they're talking about is Henry Cavill. And Henry Cavill is one of these guys that, for some reason, has been pushed a lot lately in certain circles. He's not like, for me, he's not all that. I compare him to something like Kevin Sorbo, as far as his acting range and his his ability as an actor and what I would trust him with is about like not an A, B or C level actor, in my personal opinion. He doesn't have much range. And the only reason that a lot of people like him, Henry Cavill, is because he comes across as a bit stoic and a bit of just there's not a lot to his acting, in my personal opinion. But and listen, I know a lot of people are going to get bothered by what I'm going to say today, but I don't think he should be Highlander. And I get it. Like, the thing about Cavill is that in the circles that I frequent, which is movie circles and even video games, a lot of people like this guy. They want him to be 007. They want him to be, Highlander. They want him to be in everything, and you see these AI clips, and it's always him playing, Goku or something. And it's like, there's so many other actors with way better range than him, and for some reason, this is the guy that that certain people have decided to choose. And I'm trying to understand why, in a sense, right? And I feel like one of the reasons is because his lack of emotions, I guess you could say, or ability to show different types of emotions comes across as stoic or stoicism, which is something that a lot of men wish they could be. That's what they think manliness is. It's just someone that doesn't really show emotion or anything like that, which it's a stupid thing to think, to be honest with you. But let me talk about somebody who I personally think is a better actor, and who I personally think would be a better fit for Highlander, or just in general for a lot of these roles, except for maybe 007, because I don't think we've ever had an American 007, except for like way back in the day. But my pick, for Highlander is Ryan Gosling. Okay, and just hear me out. Okay, this guy, he has way better range, number one, than Henry Cavill. Okay, so let's put up criteria for a good actor. Okay, number one is range. Number two is box office sales, or can you bring people to the table? Do people come out to see you? Okay. Number three, does he take risks? Or does he have the pedigree? Does he have the the accolades, or I was gonna say belts, but they're not boxers. like the Academy Awards and stuff like that. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? So, and in all of those, that I just mentioned, Ryan Gosling beats Henry Cavill in all of them. Just blows them out of the water. Okay, so now let's talk about. Let's go to the sales first, because I feel like a lot of people care about that more. So let's do that first. So basically, if you look at Henry Cavill's numbers, and if you see where he has his spikes, most of the biggest his biggest box office successes, you could say, are from franchises that already have a name, and it's kind of like what Quentin Tarantino said one time. He said, do you really like, is it that you really like these actors, you're going out to see these actors, or is it that you're going out to see the character, and because of the character you like the actors? You get what I'm saying? So it's not so much that that you like what's his face, who's the guy that goes out with Zendaya? I forgot his name. But is it really that you like that guy, or is it that you like Spider-Man and that's why he's famous, because of Spider-Man? That's why you follow him, is because he plays plays Spider-Man. And so that's really what's going on here with Henry Cavill, in my personal opinion, is number one, the stoicism part of it. People think that especially men think that that's cool, that he doesn't show that many emotions. And the other part is that they know him from Superman. They know him from Man from U.N.C.L.E. They know him from 007 movie. I mean, what is it? Mission Impossible. Sorry. You see, so he's famous in that sense, okay, and he's recognizable in that sense, and that's why mainly a lot of people are fans of him. Now, the other thing is, let's be honest, he's a handsome guy, right? He's good looking, and believe it or not, that's important to a lot of men. Now, to women, of course, it's important because they're women and they know what they like when it comes to men. But believe it or not, men actually defend guys that look like him. Like, most of the time when I'm online and I talk this kind of sense, a lot of the defenders of Henry Cavill are actually men. Females don't really care too much, but you'll be surprised what it takes to be famous to other men. A lot of times you got to be good looking. And it sounds gay, and it is, but that's actually the truth. You have to be good looking. You have to be a Giga Chat type of guy, and you have to not show emotions, because that makes you popular with men for some reason. But now let's look at Ryan Gosling, and when it comes to his numbers. His numbers are just way better. He grosses way more. And it's with movies that aren't really necessarily part of franchises. Like, for example, La La Land. This was a risk for him. It's a musical romance, which is, when will you ever see Henry Cavill do a musical romance? I know we were thinking, because he's a man and he's not going to do, musical romances. But the thing is, if Ryan Gosling is grossing that much in his not so good stuff, and then he does way better with the other stuff, you know what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to say is, like, as far as putting people in butts in seats, Gosling beats him. Okay. Now let's go to range. Like I said before, to me personally, Henry Cavill is a B or C level actor. I'm gonna say B because I don't want to be mean. And I don't hate Henry Cavill. Okay, I don't hate the guy. I'm just, being honest. And the numbers validate what I'm talking about, and the movies that he's been in validate what I'm talking about. His range is that of a guy who just does action movies. And one could argue that even someone like Sylvester Stallone has way better range than him, because Sylvester Stallone actually starred in dramas and he can actually show emotion through the camera. Henry Cavill, for some reason, cannot. In my opinion, he's not a very good actor, and usually he just stars in action movies. He's usually a supporting role. When he makes a lot of his box office hits, he's a supporting role. I think his biggest success was probably Batman versus Superman, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe Man of Steel, one of those two. And so he's being helped out by an ensemble of people, ensemble of other actors, and also the characters that he's portraying. When it comes to Gosling, a lot of the times it's just him. A lot of the times, it's just up to him to bring the movie up. And now let's talk about his range, right? Like I said, Henry Cavill only stars in action movies. Henry Cavill is only sometimes a supporting actor, and is a guy who is brought up by the character. But when it comes to Gosling, he stars in romantic movies. He stars in musicals. He stars in comedies, romantic comedies, also action movies. He starred in a couple of action movies, dramas. So let's see if you recognize some of these movies. Drive, Blade Runner 2024 or something, 2049. I don't know which one it is, but it's the new Blade Runner. Only God Forgives. What's the other one? What is it? What is this? The Fall Guy. Barbie. La La Land. Lars and the Real Girl, Lars and the Real Girl. So all of these movies I recommend, except for La La Land. La La Land, I'm not a big fan of that style of movie, and I didn't really watch the movie. It just wasn't something that interested me. But every other movie that I mentioned, I recommend you go watch, and I recommend you go see this guy's range and his abilities, and it'll change your mind into who's the better actor. This is my champion, guys. This is the guy who I'm coming out to bat for. Like, you guys always defend Henry Cavill, and I'm saying you guys, I'm saying the majority of guys that I know, including my father and other people that I know, they love Henry Cavill, okay? And I just don't get it. I just don't understand when there's so many better actors out there, including my boy Ryan Gosling. And let's not forget that his wife is a hot Latina, and one might even say is the hot Latina. You know what I mean? So Eva Mendes, it doesn't get better than that, man. Like, but in my opinion, this guy should definitely be the next Highlander. And he has the accolades, and he has the Academy Awards.